We come from different places, for stories of our own, but something calls us onward to lands we've never known. 'Cause deep inside we're dreaming of what we might become. The human mean is gleaming, a new world has begun. Beyond the far horizon, the dawn is breaking through. We're setting forth together to find our dream come true. The treasure that we're seeking, the place we're meant to be, has been beneath our feet. Now the whole world is home to me. The open road is waiting, let's leave the past behind. A new frontier is calling, adventures for us to find. 'Cause deep inside we're dreaming of what we might become. The human mean is gleaming, a new world has begun. Beyond the far horizon, the dawn is breaking through. We're setting forth together to find our dream come true. The treasure that we're seeking, the place we're meant to be, has been beneath our feet. Now the whole world is home to me. Beyond the far horizon, the dawn is breaking through. We're setting forth together to find our dream come true. The treasure that we're seeking, the place we're meant to be, has been beneath our feet. Now the whole world is home to me. Beyond the far horizon, that's where our heart is drawn. We'll make a new tomorrow, the journey carries on.
Welcome back to your Human Meme podcast. I'm AI David Bowles, and along with our crack bot AI research team, we have investigated this topic to share with you today. Shifting dynamics in academia. Navigating student-instructor relationships in the post-standardized test era. In the evolving idea of higher education, the dynamics between students and instructors have undergone significant transformations, particularly in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic and changing admission practices. A notable shift has been the removal of standardized tests such as the ACT and SAT from university entrance criteria, a decision intended to democratize access to education. However, this well-meaning change has brought with it a suite of unexpected challenges, particularly in how students perceive and interact with their instructors. Gone are the days when a professor's kindness was mistaken for weakness, only to be exploited for academic leniencies. Today, the friendly instructor is often viewed through the lens of friendship, leading to a blurring of professional boundaries that complicates traditional educational roles. 10 years ago, the archetype of the kindly professor was often exploited. Students, perceiving kindness as a vulnerability, frequently requested extensions, favors, and leniencies that stretched beyond the typical academic courtesies. This dynamic, while problematic, was somewhat contained within the understood professional boundaries of the educator-student relationship. The instructor, committed to nurturing minds, often felt obligated to acquiesce, perhaps hoping to inspire dedication through their own example of benevolence. However, today's focus presents a markedly different scenario. Post-pandemic, the lines have not just blurred, they have shifted significantly. The friendly instructor is no longer just a figure of authority or a dispenser of knowledge, but is viewed through the lens of friendship by students. This new perception brings with it a different set of expectations and misunderstandings. Students now often expect emotional support and personal engagement that goes beyond the classroom, seeing the instructor not just as a mentor but as a peer or even a familial figure. This transformation can likely be attributed to several factors. Firstly, the isolation experienced during COVID-19 lockdowns has reshaped social interactions. As people yearned for connection during periods of profound loneliness, the return to communal spaces such as universities reignited a need for deeper, more personal connections with those in roles of support, like instructors. Secondly, the digital age has ushered in a less formal era of communication. Social media and instant messaging dissolve traditional hierarchies, fostering a more casual exchange between students and teachers. These platforms encourage a familiarity which, while beneficial in building rapport, can confuse the professional boundaries that were once clear. The cultural shift towards prioritizing mental health and emotional well-being has placed new expectations on educators. They are often seen as caregivers, a role that is emotionally demanding and far beyond their academic responsibilities. These shifts raise critical questions about the sustainability of these new dynamics. While fostering a friendly atmosphere can enhance learning, too much familiarity can erode respect and professional boundaries, making it difficult for instructors to maintain authority and manage their classes effectively. To navigate these treacherous waters, institutions must redefine the boundaries of these relationships. Clear guidelines could be set about what is expected from both instructors and students, possibly through orientation sessions and official codes of conduct that outline acceptable behaviors. Educators, too, need support from their institutions to manage these expectations. Perhaps training sessions in emotional intelligence and boundary setting could be beneficial. These could help instructors manage their roles both as educators and as inadvertent emotional anchors for their students. One illustrative example comes from a large public university in the Midwest, where a popular professor known for his open-door policy implemented office hours for life advice in response to the increasing personal demands from students. This initiative provided a structured time for personal discussions, allowing the professor to maintain boundaries while addressing student needs without encroaching on his professional responsibilities. As we move forward in this post-COVID era, it becomes increasingly important to strike a balance between accessibility and professionalism in academia. The kindness of an instructor should be viewed not as a weakness nor as an open invitation for friendship, but as a part of a broader educational philosophy that respects both the dignity of the teacher and the developmental needs of the student. This balance is delicate, undoubtedly, but essential for the preservation of both educational integrity and personal respect. In navigating the intricate balance between approachability and professionalism, instructors can adopt several strategies to discourage inappropriate interactions while maintaining their naturally friendly disposition. This requires a conscious effort to delineate personal and professional boundaries clearly and consistently, even in informal settings. One effective approach is for instructors to explicitly define their roles at the outset of each course. By setting clear expectations during the first class and reiterating these throughout the semester, an instructor can establish a framework that respects both their approachability and the necessary professional limits. For instance, an instructor might begin the semester by explaining, "While I am here to support your learning and development, I also want to clarify how we can best interact. Let's discuss what respectful and professional communication looks like in our classroom and beyond." This conversation can set the tone for the rest of the course, providing clear guidelines for interaction. Another strategy involves the use of structured communication channels. By encouraging communication through official channels such as university email, learning management systems, or scheduled office hours, instructors can maintain a professional layer of interaction. For example, a professor might say, "I encourage you to reach out with any questions or concerns you have, but please use our course's email and discussion forums. These help us keep track of our conversations and ensure that your needs are met promptly and appropriately." This not only keeps interactions professional, but also documents them, which can be crucial for transparency and accountability. Instructors can also model the boundaries they wish to maintain by being mindful of how they share personal information. Sharing personal experiences and anecdotes can humanize instructors and make them more relatable, but oversharing can lead to blurred boundaries. A balance must be struck. A lecturer could share a relevant personal academic struggle to inspire students, but avoid discussing personal life details that might invite gossip or overly familiar interactions. Furthermore, the physical or virtual space of interaction can also influence how boundaries are perceived. Instructors can design their office layout to reflect a professional setting, with the instructor's desk serving as a physical barrier that underscores their role. During virtual meetings, maintaining a neutral background and a formal posture can similarly convey professionalism. Training and development programs offered by institutions can also play a critical role. These programs can provide instructors with tools and strategies for managing boundary issues, including role-playing scenarios that explore how to handle various student interactions. For example, a workshop might include a scenario where a student asks to friend their professor on social media, and the professor must find a way to politely decline while encouraging the student to connect on professional networks like LinkedIn instead. Lastly, peer support among faculty can be invaluable. More experienced instructors can mentor newer colleagues on managing student relationships and share strategies that have worked for them. This peer mentoring can be formalized through faculty development programs or informally through departmental support networks. As we venture further into the complexities of student-instructor dynamics in the evolving educational universal, it's imperative to contemplate not only the immediate shifts but also the potential enduring impacts and emerging challenges that lie ahead. One significant change, universities dropping standardized tests like the ACT and SAT from admission criteria, was initially accelerated by the pandemic to foster greater inclusivity. This move aimed to dismantle barriers that traditionally favored students from certain demographics, those who could afford extensive test preparation and came from better-performing school systems. While this has nobly made higher education more accessible, it introduces a nuanced set of consequences that could affect the delicate balance of professional relationships within academia. With the absence of a standardized academic benchmark, instructors are likely to encounter a wider array of preparedness among students, necessitating a more personalized approach to teaching. This shift could inadvertently increase students' reliance on their instructors, not just for academic guidance, but for emotional and personal support as well. Such dependency can blur the lines of professional boundaries, pushing educators beyond their traditional roles and into realms that may not be sustainable or appropriate. Diversity in student backgrounds, enhanced by the removal of entrance exams, brings a richer cultural mix into the classroom. This diversity, while enriching, also introduces a complex array of expectations and norms regarding the student-instructor relationship. Different cultural backgrounds, may lead to varied interpretations of what constitutes appropriate interaction with authority figures, potentially leading to misunderstandings and discomfort. Instructors must, therefore, be adept at navigating these varied cultural issues, ensuring that their actions are interpreted as intended without overstepping bounds. The digital age compounds these challenges as technology fosters a more casual form of communication and can make instructors seem more accessible outside traditional academic settings. This perceived constant availability can further erode the boundaries necessary for maintaining professional distance. Additionally, this shift in dynamics raises legal and ethical concerns. If instructors appear too familiar with certain students, they risk allegations of favoritism or, in more severe cases, misconduct. It becomes crucial, then, for educational institutions to adapt by providing ongoing training in digital communication, etiquette, cultural competency, and boundary management. Regular updates to policies regarding student-faculty interactions will also be essential to reflect the current educational environment and protect all parties involved. In essence, while the elimination of standardized testing as an admission requirement has opened doors to many, it also ushers in challenges that require careful and thoughtful management. Universities must be proactive in equipping both students and instructors with the tools and knowledge to navigate this new terrain, ensuring that the sanctity and professionalism of the academic environment are preserved amid these transformative times. As we stand at this crossroads in educational history, the unfolding story of student-instructor dynamics reflects a broader narrative of change, challenge, and the quest for balance. The fading echoes of standardized tests have left a void, now filled with a mosaic of student backgrounds and expectations that challenge the very fabric of academic professionalism. Instructors, once viewed as distant pillars of knowledge, are now approached as confidants and comrades, tasked with navigating a minefield of blurred lines and emotional entanglements. This shift, while born from a vision of inclusivity and connection, brings to light the critical need for redefined boundaries and renewed understanding. As we move forward, the academic community must embrace these complexities, crafting an environment that respects both the human desire for connection and the sanctity of educational integrity. In this delicate balancing act, the true test will not be written but lived, day by day, interaction by interaction, as we all learn to navigate the new vistas of a post-standardized world. For the Human Meme Podcast, I'm AI David Bowles, wishing you a calm evening and an electric tomorrow. Be a human meme.
We come from different places, for stories of our own, but something calls us onward to lands we've never known. 'Cause deep inside we're dreaming of what we might become. The human meme is gleaming, a new world has begun. Beyond the far horizon, the dawn is breaking through. We're setting forth together to find our dream come true. The treasure that we're seeking, the place we're meant to be, has been beneath our feet. Now the whole world is home to me. The open road is waiting, let's leave the past behind. A new frontier is calling, adventures for us to find. 'Cause deep inside we're dreaming of what we might become. The human meme is gleaming, a new world has begun. Beyond the far horizon, the dawn is breaking through. We're setting forth together to find our dream come true. The treasure that we're seeking, the place we're meant to be, has been beneath our feet. Now the whole world is home to me. We're dreamers, we're seekers, yeah. The believers, the mean speakers. Wherever we may wander, wherever we may roam, as long as we're together, we'll never be alone. Beyond the far horizon, the dawn is breaking through. We're setting forth together to find our dream come true. The treasure that we're seeking, the place we're meant to be, has been beneath our feet. Now the whole world is home to me. Beyond the far horizon, that's where our heart is drawn.